Happy holidays and happy new year, everyone. Today, we're taking a look back at some of the most compelling conversations we've had this last year in regards to the Delphi murder case and the charges against Richard Allen.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski,
featuring retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer.
Prosecutors, of course, calling the pagan cult ritual narrative that's been put out there, as expected, a bunch of baloney. Colorful, dramatic, and unprofessional. Now that this narrative has been out there for more than a week, we've all had a chance to dive into that 136-page document and really read it. I always thought it was like reading a Goosebumps book as a child. What's your take on all of these claims from the defense of Richard Allen?
Well, I think the claims regarding issues that are going to be discussed at a likely Franks hearing, those I do find concerning. They were kind of buried in all of the pagan minutia of that document. And so I think that those points got overlooked. But basically, I think they're going to put these officers on the stand, and they better be able to explain their statements, explain that probable cause affidavit that they prepared. But it's so hard to get probable cause to find items from a crime that was committed years earlier. Because how can you say those items are going to be at that house after all those years if you don't refresh the PC, we call it?
Yeah.
And I think it was a big hurdle getting in there, I think. And once they got in there, obviously the item they recovered, the gun, was the smoking gun. The jacket I thought was interesting, although you can see the witnesses don't even describe the jacket as they describe it. I mean, he said, I've kept it all these years. I just found that interesting.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the problem, Tony, that is more interesting. As far as this Odinistic pagan ritual stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a great distraction. There certainly is this supposed F on the tree. I'm convinced it was somebody wiping their hand with their blood down and over that made that sort of crude F.
Sure.
And the sticks, I think, were laid to cover the bodies. And that's why they were moved very close to where they were murdered. It's, everybody's trying to make it like it was a long distance. It was a very short distance. And I think they were drug over there and tried to be obscured under those two trees. And then those branches that they put on them, one looked, I guess, like antlers, just the way the branch fell. So, the defense, I think, has come up with a very interesting claim. I don't think it's going to hold water. I think they should have gone in another direction, which would have been the Ron Logan and got FBI agent after FBI agent on the stand.
That being said, of going down that route, since they already did now dig themselves 136 pages in with the Odinistic theory, it's really kind of hard to back away from that now if they so wanted to, if they saw that maybe that isn't working so well.
No, I agree with you. And the problem is, the biggest problem I see is it doesn't comport with Bridge Guy. We don't see a passel of guys in hoods that I think everybody's sort of picturing, these Odinistic worshipers that are involved in this. And so it's just not comporting with the evidence that's already there. There's not individuals that were on the path or witnesses that they have that said, listen, there was this pack of 5 guys. And in addition, I believe the main person they have pegged has a alibi, unless that's changed. From the past, he had an alibi.
Yeah, I mean, because they were pointing out some specific names that were all cleared very early on, and they're kind of trying to bring those back. I am curious to know just why did they clear some? Did they have enough to clear them? Was this a narrow-minded search or a decision to go after Richard Allen? I don't know, because you try to look at both theories here and go, what are the odds that the CVS pharmacy worker is going out for a walk and he just randomly decides to kill 2 young girls on that walk, which he voluntarily said he was on and where he was, which he didn't have to do? Or was it these Odinists that happened to randomly catch these 2 girls and they think in the spare of the moment, let's have a sacrifice? Neither seem very likely.
You're consuming the Hidden Killers podcast.
Want more? Start binging on all of our true crime podcasts right now through Apple Podcasts and get an ad-free experience when you sign up to be a True Crime Today Premium Plus member exclusively on Apple Podcasts.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast dropping soon.
Press subscribe now.